In this class, we'll continue to work with imaging. In web page, usually we wrap text with images. So how can we do that? Let's see example first. You can download the example from D2L. Remember, this is a text file. So we need to copy the code. We need to copy the code to D2L. No, we need to copy the code to Notepad++. And don't forget to save it. In this example, we'll use this image. So you can download this image from D2L. Make sure your code and the image in the same folder. And let's run it first. You can say we wrap image with text. In the first example, the image is kind of separate with the text. In this example, we wrap image with text. On the right side, we have some space. This example on the left side, we can make it small. You can say more clear about the space. You can say on the button on the left side, here on the right side on the button, here again on the right side. So how can we do that? In the body section, first we have a heading. We have a brown the color and a line in the center. Then we have a heading 3. Then in this paragraph, we include the image and the source, the width, the height, and the alt. You can say we do nothing. So that's why we image like this way. In this example, just second one, this one, we include something equal style. Remember, we learn this is the attribute. We use style equal to float. We want the image float right, means the image float on the right side of this paragraph. And also we add some space, and the button is 65 pixel. On the left side is 45 pixel. So we use padding and the bottom left. Here we use inline, means when you use attribute, use style inside the image tag. In this example, we use class CSS. So we assign this class, this paragraph belongs to class image left. So when we look at the CSS, remember in the head section, we use style type equal to text CSS. And when you say the dot, you know this is a class, and this is the name of the class. In this class, we flow left, and this is the padding, and the bottom and the right side. This example on the left, this is the padding, and in this example, last example here, we say this paragraph belongs to this class image right, and image right is defined here. Image right with float on right side, we have 25 pixel. You can say this is 25 pixel. So this is the example how we ramp text with image. You can control the right and the left, the space, and some padding. We also can include the image as background. So let's say another example. Again, you need to download this example from D2L. Also, don't forget that you need to use this image as background. You need to include both of them in your folder. Open it, copy every code, DL, post it, and don't forget to save it. So let's first run it. You can see in this example we have some text. Then we use image, this image. So remember here, body. Where is body? Here. Body is we call this as structural tag. Remember structural element. So we can use this image for the whole body. It's not only for a paragraph. Certainly you can use for one paragraph. But in this example, we add this image for the whole body. So use background image. URL is the address. We need the quotation sign. This is the name of the image. The paragraph just the color, the size, and the weight of the paragraph. For background, say this example will repeat this image. Actually, for this image, the size, you can see the original size. Double click it. This is the original size. It's not very big because the text is much bigger than the image. So we need to repeat the image to cover the whole text. But we can control it. So repeat means that we run repeat the image horizontally and vertically. We also can decide that we only want to repeat follow the x-axis or horizontally, or only follow the y-axis, or we don't want to repeat. We only want to use only one image. We also can decide the position of the image. You can put it on the left, center, or right, or like we can use percentage or use pixel. Percentage means the whole screen is 100, except on this right bottom color is 100%, and here the top left color is 0%. In the center is 50%. We can use percentage to control the position, or we also can use this is called the attachment. Means when we scroll the text, the web page, the image and the text move together. That is a scroll. If we want to use fixed, means when we move the text, the image won't follow the movement of the text. You can try it. Just use this example just like this way. So background attachment, you can change it to fixed, or you can change different. This is a horizontal, this is vertical. So you can try use different property to say how it will influence the layout. Finally, we can learn image map. Let's say example of image map. So again, you need to download from D2L, copy the code into Notepad++, and post it. Don't forget you need to save it. In this example, we use this image, MU. So make sure you have this image here. You can download the image from D2L again. Let's run it. This is the image, but why we call it as an image map? Because here we have this is the cycle area. You can say actually is a link. It means we use this small area as a link. Here we have poly. We have this area. This is also a link. Actually, in this image we have 3 links. All those 3 links can link to mass field. If we click it, it needs some time, but finally it will go to mass field. You can say we go to mass field. So how can we do this? How can we, in an image, we can put some link. Then we use image map. if you want to use image map, we need to do some new stuff. First, we write the image tag, but if we want to use image map, we need to add a property. It's called a use map. This, remember, if you see the pound side, we know it's an ID, right? Also, we need to put a map tag. Here, map tag, we start with the map tag, we close it. Then we have a name for the map. This name has to match with this name. This is flower, have to match this. Means we use this image for this map. And here we also need to define the area. Like in this example, we have 3 areas. So we need to define those areas. So let's say the code. The code is not complex. So first we define that we have an image. This is an image. And this is a name, the alt, and also the use map. And don't forget the pound side. The pound side says this image will used by the image map. The name of each map is MU. So here we have a map. Then we close it. Inside the map we have 3 areas. But don't forget we need to give a name of the map is MU. Then the MU need to be the same referred to here. This MU should be, this name should be the same. Don't forget the pound side. Then we define area inside the map or over the image. The first so we can have 3 shapes. We can have a rectangle, we can have a circle, we have a polygon. So in this example, you can say this is a circle, this is a rectangle, and this is a polygon. Then we need the coordinates beside the size, also the position of the areas. So if we look at here, so here RECT means in this example we use rectangle. Like say in our code we have 3. Poly means we use a polygon. This we have cycle, and here we have rectangle. For different shape we have different coordinates. Why? For example, for a rectangle. For a rectangle, we need 4 coordinates. Why? Let's look back. Remember, for a rectangle, at least we need to know the start point, right? So the first 2 numbers are the position. Let's say this is the horizontal coordinates. It's 351 here. And this is vertical. And this number is the width of the rectangle. This number is the height of a rectangle. Use with the 4 coordinates, we define this area. For circle, first we need the number of the center. So this is those 2 are the coordinates. We need 2 numbers for x and for y, the horizontally and vertically. And this is the size of the radius. We need a radius for the cycle. And for polygon, it's a little complex. Because like say in this example, we have 1, 2, 3, 5. We have 6 points. For 6 points, each point needed 2 coordinates. Then totally we have 16. We have 12 coordinates. So you can say totally we have 12 coordinates to define this area. Once we get those coordinates, we need because we refer to here we refer to mass field. So we need the web address, and we get the title. But the title means when we move the mouse over the area, we get this note that is come from the title. So I know one question you want to ask that how we get the coordinates for the image. We have some tool online. So if you just copy this address, it's a free tool. The tool you need to upload your image. Then we will get the coordinates. For example, we can upload the image. Oh, we need okay. Like say we use this image on the top here. Upload. It needs some time. Okay, looks we get it. We can use accept. This is the image. Then you can say if we have this rectangle, we can start from here. You just click here and close with click again. Here we get rectangle. Then we get the 4 coordinates. If we want to get a like a cycle here, we just have you can say here we have a cycle. Then we got 3 coordinates. If you want to use a polygon, just you click the different points. Then we get you need to release the some way. I forget how to do this, but it means that you can get all those coordinates, so you can practice with this way. Okay, so that's